Hey everybody! So this week is Father's Day, so we've got a couple of special crafts for this weekend. Since we're in our new series, we're actually not going to have a Father's Day lesson per se. We're on the second beatitude, which is blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. And it actually ties in pretty nicely because we'll be talking about how that God, our Father, comforts us. And so since it's Father's Day, we're going to be making a Father's Day craft, a card for their dad or stepdad or grandpa or whoever it is. So let's get right into it. This time we have three different cards. We have one that's for the kindergarten and first grade, and then there are two options for the second and third and the fourth and fifth grade. So I'll start with this one. This one is you are one in a melon, and then they can write on the inside whatever they want to say. Happy Father's Day, you know, I love you, all the stuff. So first we're going to start off with a template. I'll have a lot of these printed out so that they don't have to wait around for somebody to finish with the template and pass it around. I'll have at least like 15 per table so that everybody can have one template. So what they do is they take this and they'll trace it onto some red paper. So they're going to trace the whole big watermelon. And then there are also some templates that are just the bottom half. So then after they're done cutting out the red, they will trace this template on the green and cut that out so that it will go onto their watermelon like this. So what we have are some cardstock. You're going to take your cardstock, fold it in half. It's a pretty big card because we have pretty big watermelons. But that's okay. It's an oversized card. So you just fold it in half. So this makes your card. And then you're going to take your watermelon and you will glue it on the front. And the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. But you're going to want to glue the red on first and then glue your green on. And on the template, it has like a little line because watermelon kind of gradually gets lighter in color. The rind does anyway. So what I did is I used a green marker and I drew that line and colored in the bottom of it. So if they want to, they can take a green marker and then kind of just trace kind of the same line along here and then fill in the bottom. Otherwise, they can leave it like this. It still looks like a watermelon to me, though it almost looks like an upside down strawberry. Anyway, so that's up to them. They can do that if they want to, or they don't have to. Then after that, you're gonna glue your googly eyes on, and then use a black marker, Sharpie, and you can draw on the face and the little watermelon seeds. And then they can write on it, you are one in a melon. Like you're one in a million, in case you didn't get that, or in case they don't get that. You could tell them about the phrase, you're one in a million. So they're very special, and it goes to their very special dad or stepdad or grandpa or whoever. So that's the first one. The other option is you are the coolest. And they can make a popsicle. I also have templates. Here, they can make it orange, pink, red, blue, whatever color popsicle they want. So you just trace the popsicle template, cut it out. I also have the little drops, melting ice cream. They are very small. If they choose not to do the little drops, that's totally fine because it does take quite a bit of fine motor skills to trace those. And then all they need to do is glue on the googly eyes. Then they will use a black marker to draw on the smiley face. And then I use a pink marker on both of these to draw little circles for their cheeks. That's up to them too. They can draw circles. They could cut pink circles. They could whatever they feel like doing. I'm sure they will have quite enough ideas in their head, so they can kind of make it their own. And then they just write on there, you are the coolest. And I forgot to mention that you're going to want to put your craft stick on first. So you'll use Elmer's glue. The Elmer's glue will work. The glue sticks will not. So use Elmer's glue along the back of it. Press it down. Let it dry for a little while first. And then put your popsicle on top of it. Hopefully that makes sense. And then the last one, I'm actually going to provide a link to a website that already has a tutorial. We're going to be doing it very similar, but it does take quite a bit of work. So what we're going to be doing is making this little guy here, and we're going to be taping or gluing our fish thing on, and it says hooked on Dad, and then on the inside you flip it open and it says Happy Father's Day on the inside. But this one takes a little bit more work, so I'm gonna walk you through it. So take your one regular sheet of paper and your blue sheet of paper, and they can cut wavy lines. They don't have to cut wavy lines. Depends on how much help you have in those kindergarten and first grade group. Then you glue your water onto your card, and there you have your water. So for the fish, you're going to take an orange paper, and my fish is really big because my hands are a lot bigger than theirs are, but they won't need quite that large of a fish. But fold your fish in half, or not your fish, fold your paper in half to make your fish, because when they put their hand on here, you want to trace around this way and don't cut off the edge, because you're going to want them to be able to open their fish so that it can say Happy Father's Day on the inside. So have them put their hand on the folded side, then trace it, and then cut that out. And then all you need to do is put on two little googly eyes and draw a little face. And then you're going to glue that fish onto your water, like so. And like I said, there's a really cool tutorial, and they do the thing where they speed it up, which is really cool, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So you glue your fish on, and then we have craft sticks and some yarn to glue onto the top. However, the yarn makes it a little bit bulky, so it doesn't lay flat, so it might actually be easier and more efficient to tape it, for the little ones anyway. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and use my glue to glue it down, and then you just take a little bit of glue and you take your yarn around your little fishy and you glue it on the inside. And have them try not to close it all the way on top of it, otherwise their fish will be glued down and they won't be able to open it and say Happy Father's Day. So that is our simple craft for the kindergarten and first grade. They don't have to do as much cutting and drawing. And then you can help them write hooked on Dad, or whoever, if they want to write it to Grandpa or to whoever it is. And so that is their card. So it says hooked on Dad and Happy Father's Day. And that is the craft for this week, and hopefully that will get you through the crafts. I know it's slightly complicated, but I think the dads are really going to love it. So that is all I have for you this week.